Here we go with a pattern problem again. This one was from the pineapples, if you remember back to that, but it still applies to these cars in this problem. So this question asks you 4 things, and I've had so many kids answer just one of these 4. So let's take a look at what an answer might look like. Stage 4, I'm going to continue this pattern. I noticed that the first column is going up by 1 each time, and I noticed that the second column is also going up by 1 each time. So instead of just drawing your pineapples or whatever, and letting and letting me count them, I need you to label them. So here I've got 4. This is stage 1. In stage 2, I've got 6. In stage 3, I've got 8. And in stage 4, I've got 10. Here's what I think stage 4 is going to look like. So creating an equation for a pattern is a little bit of a more complex skill, but let me show you something that might help you. Maybe creating a table will be helpful. So just a super simple table like this, and I'm going to say this is my stage, and this is the number of pineapples that I have. So I'm just going to do a couple here, and we'll see what we can figure out. All right, so I'm noticing what the relationship between my in and my out, or my x and my y. So I've got 1, and then I end up with 4. Remember, this is my n, and this is my p. So I could say, all right, n plus 3 equals p, right? This is true for this pattern right here, for this x and y, this pair right here. Let's see if it's true for this one. 2 plus 3 equals 6. Well, that's not true. So n plus 3 equals p is not going to work. Okay, so back it up. What else could I do? Maybe it's multiplication. I know it's getting bigger, so it's going to be addition, multiplication, or some kind of mix of the two. So if I have 1 times something equals 4, maybe it's times 4. Let's try it with this one. 2 times 4 equals 8. So no, it's not going to be times 4. So it must be a combination of the two. Let's see what I can do. I'll just move to this one because it should work with any of them. So if I have 3, I'm going to multiply by, I know it's not 3 because that would be too much. I'm going to say times 2. 3 times 2 gives me 6, but I need 8. So I'm going to say 3 times 2 plus 2 equals 8. All right, so that works for this one. Let's see if it works for anything else. I have, so the equation I came up with was n times 2 plus 2 equals p. All right, so let's use this one. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 2 is 4. So that statement is true. Let's try it with this one. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6. Perfect. I can continue trying, or I can kind of say, well, it worked 3 times, so I'm going to go with it. My equation is n, the stage number, times 2, 2n, plus 2 is equal to the number of pineapples in each stage.